Saraswatim Krishnamargarunetar Sanmati Pradam Satyanarayana Kshetrat Satyavratamupaagatam Ashraye Kamakotisham Satyashri Chandrasekharam Sadguru Charanarvindabhyan Namah Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Bhagavad Gita, we are coming to the end of the third chapter, Karma Yoga. Here Krishna introduced Kama and Krodha as the enemies. And here he says, Indriyani manobuddhihi asyadhisthana muchyate. Etaihi vimohayatyesha jnanamavritya dehinam. The Kamamu, Krodhamu engapa irukku? Where do the Kama and Krodha stay? What is the dwelling place of Kama Krodha? Indriyani manobuddhihi asyaha adhisthana muchyate. Your Indriyas, Manas and Buddhi. That is why Shastra says we have to be very, 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 very careful with all these things. Your Indriyas, they want to consume everything. And we have got two types of Indriyas, Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. Jnanendriyas, they consume things. Karmendriyas, they do things. We have to be very, 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 very careful with these things. We have to be very, very careful with what we consume. Pratyakshama nama paakrom. Oru veedu irukku, there is a house. If you use a very good quality raw materials to build the house, the quality of the house is going to be highest. If I use high quality raw materials like brick, concrete, drywall, paint, the quality of the entire house depends upon the qualities of the materials with which the house is built. Do we have any question about it? We don't. So what do we do when we want to build a house? When we want to build a quality house, we will tell to the contractor or the builder, kaasu munna pinna aanalum paravallapa, nalla quality material potu vaangu. 30-40 வருஷத்துக்கு there should not be any problem with the house. We think about it. We think about it very objectively. We will not even be in the house for the 30-40 years. ஒருத்தருக்கு அந்த வீடு கட்டுற அளவுக்கு ஒரு financial stability வரணும்னா it will be in his later part of his life. எனக்கு அப்புறம் என் புள்ள கஷ்டப்படக்கூடாதுன்னு கட்டுற வீட்டை நன்னா கட்டுவான். I am at least talking about the system that is there in India. எனக்கு அப்புறமும் இந்த வீடு நன்னா இருக்கும், என் புள்ள ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும்னு இருக்கப்படாது. We tell that, we can hear that sentiment. If you buy a car or if you buy a laptop, you will check where is that laptop built. Made in China, made in Japan, made in India, made in USA. Because with that, the quality of the laptop changes. When you buy, if I wanted to buy an Apple, they'll say, no, buy it from this country. The same MacBook, same Dell laptop. They say if you are getting it from this country, even though the cost is a little bit higher, it will last longer. Why? Because the raw materials with which we build the laptops is of very good quality. Right? Do we do the same with our body? at least the house, car, etc. In car, I will not say, but the house definitely. Not only that you are going to use, you take lots of time, effort, money to build that house. You say, no, 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 even my son should enjoy. Even my daughters should enjoy. நம்ம இல்லைனாலும் அவளும் நல்லா என்ஜாய் பண்ணணுங்கிற அளவுக்கு கட்டுறோம். But who is enjoying our body? Only yes. நமக்கு நன்னா இருந்ததுன்னா நமக்கு நன்னா இருக்கு. நமக்கு வலிக்கிறதுன்னா அவளுக்கு வலிக்க போறது இல்லை. Others will not have the bad effects of our body. I mean, they will have because they are the one to take care of us. But then you are the one who undergoes the pain. So how much importance we should give with the raw materials with which we build our body. House, we give so much importance. The raw materials with which we build the house. Somebody else is going to enjoy. On the other hand, our body, we are going to enjoy. If suffering happens, we are going to suffer. So, how much importance we need to give for the raw materials with which we build this body. There are two types of raw materials. For the sthula body, for the gross sharira, the raw materials is the food that we eat. For the gross sharira, the raw material is the food that we eat. Gross sharira is a part of indriya. Kannu, kaadu, mooku, naaku, your hands, your legs, your mouth. All these are part of what? Our gross sharira. We can, for the gross body, we can see the correlation and the causation ourselves. You go to a doctor with a problem. மயக்கம் வருது, தலை சுத்துறது. The doctor will do a series of checks. You have got high cholesterol. You have got high blood pressure. And especially in the US, the doctors will say, they will not prescribe medicine that easily. They will say, do lifestyle changes. What is that lifestyle changes? The first thing that he keeps on his hand is food. You have to change your food pattern. Why? Because literally, each and every atom that is present in our body, every carbon atom that is present in our body, every hydrogen atom that is present in the body, every oxygen atom, every nitrogen atom comes from our food, comes from the water that you drink, comes from the air that you breathe in. All these are food for our gross body. In the same way, the food for our mind make up our mind. The food for our mind makes up our mind. You see a very scary movie. What happens in the night? You cannot sleep because our mind gets disturbed. You see a very Ayuhachi movie, melancholic movie, sorrowful movie, pathos song. What happens in the night? I cannot sleep properly. Just like how the food for our body determines the quality of our body, the food for our mind. The food for our mind comes through all the indriyas. Not only through our mouth, through our eyes, through your ears, through your nose, through your mouth, through your skin. Whatever the thing that we consume, that will be divided into two. It is going to have a gross component. It is going to have a subtle component. The gross component will help. It is going to affect the gross body. The subtle component is going to affect the subtle body. The gross component of our food, the nutrition of the food. How much protein I have, how much fiber I take, whether the food is washed properly or not. Right? How do I cook the food? If I have broccoli, they say broccoli, if you deep fry it, all the vitamins will die off. So you have to probably microwave or steam it. The grossest way of preparation. Right? That affects the gross nutrition. That affects the gross part of our body. Sound. How much decibel? Apple watches have a decibel check. If you are in a place with so much noise, the watch will tell, hey, you have passed, the current decibel level is so and so. If you are there in this sound environment for more than 5 minutes, serious injury can come to your ears. Gross sound. In the same way, how much bright we see this light. Gross light is going to affect your gross eyes. If I see very, very, very bright light, kanna pooso. Right. So all these are food for our indriyas. The gross part affects the gross indriyas. This one, science agrees. Science understands. But what the science does not understand is all these food has got a subtle component as well. All these food that has got, all these food that we speak about, food for your mouth, food for your eyes, food for your ears, food for your nose, food for your skin. All these things has got a subtle component as well. And the subtle component of the food is going to affect the subtle component of our body. What is the subtle component of our body now? Mind. Science ku mind nu onnu irukkungiradha understand பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்கே இன்னும் முடியல. Science has got a component of mind, but that component has not been fully explored and understood. அது ஒரு subtle component science இன்னும் வரல. Science thinks that mind is made up of a web of neurons. Science is made up of, just like how science thinks that mind is made up of a bunch of neurons. Consciousness, science. Just like how we have the spider web. Just imagine the same way you have got web of neurons, and that is what makes up mind. Science. But that is not the full mind. Because we observe so. We know, we closely interact with our mind. We know the complexity of our mind, right? So the gross part of the food affects the gross part of the body. The subtle part of the food affects the subtle part of the body. The gross part of the food has got lots of benchmarks and measurements. What is the temperature of the food? If I eat food very, very high temperature, your tongue gets burnt. If I eat very, 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 very cold temperature, you get brain freeze. Very cold ice cream, brain freeze happens. Very cold ice cream, you get Jaladosham, runny nose the next day. Very spicy food. These are all the qualities of gross. Now I get sweat, water oozes out from my nose, eyes, etc. We have a one-to-one correlation between the gross causes, gross properties of the food and the gross effect of the food on our body. But nobody cares about the subtle qualities of the food and the subtle effect it makes in our body. In fact, the more subtle you go, the more stronger the effect is going to be. தீயினால் சுட்டப்புண் உள்ளாரும் ஆறாதே நாவினால் சுட்ட வடுகிறார் திருவள்ளுவர். Somebody comes ரெண்டு அரையறான், right? Or you get some physical injury. You'll probably have pain for a couple of days. After that, what will happen? Even the scar mark will go away. You will forget that you have got that injury. The person who caused you the injury will also forget. After a month or so, you will be talking again with no this. But what about if they have told you, if they have scolded you with their words? The effect is going to be lasting for so long. ரெண்டு அரைஞ்சா கூட 4 நாள் கழிச்சு திருப்பி people will join. Because that affects your gross body. But if somebody scolds you, somebody talks bad about you in front of you, somebody insults you, it is not affecting your gross body, but it affects your subtle body, which is your mind. And that lasts much longer. How many families are broken because of abuse, mental abuse? All these mental abuse, it affects your mind. And because it affects your mind, because it is subtle, going to last much longer. And we, with science, we have got a good idea about the quality of the food that we take, the gross quality of the food. But we are not taking care of the subtle qualities of the food. That is what is going to affect Indriyadi Manobuddhi. Your Indriyas, why I am telling all this story, it is not there in Bhagavad Gita. Not because I am not prepared for the next shloka, but this is very important here because it gives some actionable items. See, you study Gita, what is the actionable item? In every meeting, that's what they say, right? What is the actionable item? What lifestyle change Gita has brought now? This is one of the lifestyle change that we have to go through. Check the subtle quality of the food, spiritual quality of the food. What food that we eat, it affects our body. Eating sattvic food. Krishna is going to talk a lot about sattva, rajo and tamo guna later. But when we eat the sattvic quality food that is there as prescribed in Shastras, that is going to protect our mind. In fact, our mind is made up of mind, which is the subtle organ, is made up of the subtle qualities of the food. If the subtle qualities of the food is good, our mind will be good. Your mind will not give room for kama krodha. If the subtle quality of the food is bad, then our mind is going to be bad. It is going to give lots of rooms for kama and krodha. And when I say food, I am not only talking about the physical food that we eat through our mouth. That is also important. Right? Who cooks the food? What is the attitude with which the food is cooked? What are the items that are being cooked? Our Shastra has given out. These are the sattvic food. These are the rajasic food. These are the tamasic food. If you eat the food which is predominantly sattvic, your mind is going to be sattvic. If you eat rajasic and tamasic food, your mind is also going to be rajasic and tamasic. Rajasic and tamasic krodha. நாம் பூண்டு சாப்பிடப்படாது, வெங்காயம் சாப்பிடப்படாது. ஆகார நியமம். வெளியில வேற ஒருத்தர் சமைச்ச சாப்பாட்டை சாப்பிடப்படாது. பரான்னம் சாப்பிடப்படாது. ஆத்துல தான் சாப்பிடணும். பழையதை சாப்பிடப்படாது. All these rules Krishna is going to tell. If we take Deivathin Kural, Mahapariyava tells this very, 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 very often. Is do not eat food that are cooked by others. In fact, Mahapariyava says everybody in their house, they have to cook their own food. Don't rely on your mother or wife to make the food. Everybody knows how to cook. When everybody cook their own. Parannam. இதெல்லாம் சொல்ற ஸ்வயம் பாகம் அப்படின்ற ஸ்வயம் பாகம். ஸ்வயம்னா செல்ஃப். பாகம் மீன்ஸ் குக். You cook your own food and eat. But other foods are equally important. What is the food for your eyes? All the things that we see. What is the food for your ears? All the things that you hear. What is the food for your nose? All the food, all the things that you smell. What is the food for your skin? All the things that you touch. All these things as well, you have to be very, very careful. Especially these days, with the advent of social media, YouTube, right? All these things are good. Technology is very, very good. Right? Only because of technology, we can listen to the Bhagavad Gita classes. You guys are somewhere, I am somewhere, but we can get connected because technology is there. YouTube is good. Only because of that, if somebody misses this class or some other class, they can go and watch. All these things are good. There is no question about it. But know that there are also bad things. Right? நல்ல வீடியோ நாலு பார்த்துட்டே வர்றச்சே ஒரு தேவையில்லாத வீடியோ கண்ணில் படும். in a platter, நல்ல விருந்துல they give all nice food. Some cow dung in the end. When we eat from that plate, you will not. They have got all nice food, but the plate also has got a cow dung. You have to be very, 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 very careful, especially kids. At least people who have grown up. The formative years, all these things were not there. So even if you want to withdraw, we can easily withdraw. Because formative years, when the body is being built, when the mind is being built, all these things were not be there. This is like you build the house with good quality. You let some cobweb enter into the house. If you want to clean it, you can easily clean it. But with the younger generation, they grow with all these things. So when their mind is being built, it is being built with all these ragadveshas, all these things that induce kama and krodha, targeted advertising. You go to marketing class, this is what they will teach. You target the kids. When the kids come, the parent will also always come. Because their kids, their mind is still building. Right? The building itself will be built on things which are not good for their mind. Right? So you have to be very, very careful. We also have to be very, very careful with the younger generation, how they spend their time on their devices. Indriyani manobuddhihi अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येष ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनं तस्मात् त्वम् इन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य नियमः नियमः you have to regulate your mind तस्मात् Arjuna, because of that you have to be very, 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 very careful with your mind. Indriyani niyamya. Niyamam. Orthar niyamama irkarna anartham, he does the things that has to be done. He do not do the things that should not be done. That is called as niyamaha. Here Krishna says, Tasmatvam indriyani adhau niyamya. Indriyas, etc. Meaning what indriyas? Mano, buddhi, your mind, intellect, etc. Niyamya. Papmanam prajagihyenam jnana vijnana nashanam. Hey, yenam. These kama and krodha, papmanam. It causes you to do papaha. Ekme pato. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samudvaha, mahashano mahapapma. It decreases your punya, it causes you to do lots of papa. The same word here Krishna uses as well, papmanam, prajagihyenam, uttudu, kamakrodata uttudu, jnana, vijnana nashanam, jnana nashanam, vijnana nashanam, kamakroda. What is jnana? What is vijnana? Jnana is here, Shankaracharya defines the jnanam and the vijnanam. Jnanam shastrataha acharyataha cha atmadinam avabodhaha. The knowledge that you receive from Guru and Shastra. Jnanam shastrataha acharyataha cha Atmadinam avabodhaha. You know, we spend a lot of time in Aham Brahmasmi, Jnanam is there. The teacher will teach, okay, you are not body, you are not mind, mano, buddhi, ahankara, chittanunaham, nacha, shrota, jitve, nacha. All these things the teacher will teach. You read from books, Shastra will teach. You get that knowledge. Theoretical knowledge, Jnanam. What is Vijnanam now? The Anubhavam of that. Vijnanam visheshataha tad anubhavaha tayoho jnana vijnanayoho shreya prapti hetvoho nashanam. Kamakrodha will destroy both jnana as well as vijnana. Jnana is the theoretical knowledge about Atma. Here Shankaracharya talks only about Atma jnana. What is vijnanam now? When you bring that in your anubhavam is vijnanam. Both of these things, kama and krodha, will destroy. Remember, jnanam is for mumukshu, vijnanam is for jnanis. Because we do not have the anubhavam of the teaching currently. For jnanis, they will have the anubhavam of the jnanam. That is vijnanam. Right? Even they have to worry about kama and krodha. They cannot just keep on eating all these things. Just because I got jnanam, just because I got vijnanam, I have realized aham brahmasmi. Avalukku innu naraya restrictions will be there. Why? Indriyani paranyahu indriyebhyah param manaha manasastu parabuddhihi yaha buddhehe paratastu saha. The shloka we will see in the next one. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavadishyate Om Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Thanks a lot.